What's up guys, welcome back to Cartoon and welcome to the new Ford Fiesta ST. And in today's video we're gonna have a look at a few features that this car has that makes it quite unique in the hot hatch segment. So without further ado, let's just start with the tires, because yes, this is my new obsession when it comes to cars. So why are the tires so important on this new Ford Fiesta ST? Well, because this car comes as standard with Michelin Pilot Super Sports, both on these 18-inch optional wheels and on the standard 17-inch set. How cool is that? And while we're here, let me give you feature number 2 that I absolutely love about this car, which is the fact that it's equipped with a limited slip differential for the front wheels, because it's a front wheel drive car, obviously. It's an optional extra, it's part of the performance pack, and considering what it costs, it's a bargain, and I really urge you all to get it if you plan on buying a Fiesta ST. And if you're wondering what this diff does, it basically optimizes front end grip and it improves cornering. How it does that? Well, it's actually very simple. For example, when you're cornering, the wheel on the inside of the corner has less grip than the wheel on the outside. So what the diff does is it sends less power to the inside wheel and more to the one that grips more, the outside wheel. The diff works in conjunction with Ford's torque vectoring system on the front wheels, and it really does a good job. But more on that when I release the final driving review of this car. Let's move on to the back. At the back we have Ford's own patented technology, force vectoring rear springs. Let me explain. Usually with torsion beam suspension, when cornering, the sideways force of the outer tire makes the beam move in its bushes, which makes the back end of the car move around, and in turn that makes the car less precise when steering. And in order to prevent that, Ford designed its own set of rear springs. They are slightly curved, banana-shaped like, and when the car begins to roll in a corner, and the outer spring is being compressed, it will also push against the lateral force that's being applied, and therefore will keep the wheel pointing straight. And because of that, Ford was able to fit this car with softer bushings to improve ride comfort. And because the back end doesn't dance around that much, steering should be more precise. So now let's move on to point number 4, which is launch control. So what I do is I put the car in sport mode. I engage launch control from the Ford Fiesta's menu. First gear, bury the throttle, and release the clutch. I don't know how effective this launch control is, but it's definitely fun. You do get a lot of wheel spin, unfortunately, and I've tried this in all the car's modes, and the only difference between sport and racetrack mode is the fact that in the latter you get much more wheel spin because the traction control doesn't intervene. But anyway, it's a cool feature to have. And that brings me on to the last point I want to discuss in this video, and that is the engine. This car has a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine that can produce 200 horsepower and 290 Newton meters of torque. And the last thing you might be expecting to come out of my mouth right now are the words cylinder deactivation. But yeah, this engine has exactly that. And if you don't push it that hard, For example, when you're driving smoothly around town or on motorways or on B roads without burying the throttle, this engine goes into two-cylinder mode. And judging by the average fuel consumption I got with this car in the past week, it kind of works actually. And it's very smooth in switching between three-cylinder mode and two-cylinder mode. It's barely noticeable. The only giveaway is maybe the sound. But you really have to pay close attention to that, because otherwise you won't notice it. So these are the 5 cool features of the new Ford Fiesta ST. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Cartoon, because my full driving impressions video of this car is coming very soon. And until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you around.